Today is Sunday, June 29th, and I am starting today this Clean Gut 21-day program where you try to get rid of toxic foods that you eat and figure out what makes you sick. And I don't quite have the whole I don't have all the supplements I need. I have a couple of probiotics, but I need to get some more probiotics. I list that, and also an herbal antimicrobial, and the correct kind of digestive enzymes. I got some that I had before, but doesn't all contain what he recommends. And the bottom line is I'll have a protein shake in the morning. I've already had two today because I'm hungry, and no coffee, no processed food, no things like that. And I decided to start on this Sunday because I don't work on this Sunday, and I can pretty much be alone and be a motherfucking asshole without coffee and sugar. Yesterday I did like a binge day, and I got all my favorites. I got bubble gum. I got a bagel toasted with butter, and when I was out running errands, and I was only able to eat half the butter or bagel, and I did not chew very much bubble gum before, I was bloated and sick. So I mean, I've always known stuff like that make me sick, but it seems pretty obvious. Anyway, so that was that. Today I've had two protein shakes, and I've had my steamer going, steaming some fresh greens that I just picked up and bagged from Trader Joe's. Spinach and the cruciferous with cabbage and other cabbage, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, all those kind of bitter greens, shaved or not shaved, yeah, shredded all together. And I said spinach, right? Okay, and then two bags of power greens. It's like kale, spinach, and some other green. So I threw everything in the steamer. I'm letting them steam, and I will eat those for supper later. But right now, I'm gonna take a nap. And again, the reason why I'm starting this, and I just decided instead of writing about it, I'm going to video log it because it's easier. I've been getting these very bad upper respiratory infections constant, like every year, and I had it again in March, and I had to go on a course of antibiotics for it. When it came back in May, I went to the doctor, and she recognized it as allergies. And the building I work in is a huge building and it's an old building. It's a dusty building, and also I've been working outside a lot. So she prescribed me Zyrtec D, which is over the counter, and Flonase twice a day, and to clean my nostrils out with saline. So I did that. The first couple of weeks, I still was as sick as I was on the first day, and I thought the doctor had lost her freaking mind. I was sure I had cancer or something, but because I had this dry cough that would give me a headache, and it would cause me to kind of lose consciousness for a couple of seconds, including dropping my iPhone in the toilet. And so they prescribed me, what is something to paralyze the cough reflex. Even that didn't help. I was wheezing 24/7, and the albuterol would not touch the wheezing. And I called the doctor back like 3 times, and they would ask the same question: "Are you short of breath?" No. Okay, just hang in there, stick it out. I know you feel like shit, but it will turn around. And the day before I was going to say screw it and go to the emergency care surgery, the next morning I woke up And it was gone. I'm saying Gone, gone. So they were right. It took about 16 days for it to stop, but it did. And then after that, I started wearing a face mask when I'm outside walking a dog or working outside. And then I found this product called Witty Nose. Yeah, and actually, what it is an inter-nostril filter. This is what they look like. You get three of these like frames, and these are the actual filters that are removable. Um, so I'm starting to wear these, which is great because it's much better than a face mask. And but again, the reason why I decided to do this gut cleanse is getting that information about how allergies would get me so sick with upper respiratory infections, and I have asthma, and I'd never been that sick before. Anyway, I had talked to Nora about it, and she got me this great book called Clean Gut. For the first time in my life, I read an entire book. I always read books, but you know, you read like the Atkins diet or stuff like that, to really make lifestyle changes. But I read this book from start to finish, except for all the recipes, and I began to truly understand on a scientific level what how all that's interrelated, and because for a year or so I've been experiencing really bad gastric upset, from diarrhea to constipation to incessant burping to bloating and gas and blah blah blah. And because I had gastric bypass surgery in 2004, I get stuck that those kind of things won't help me. But it's critical mass right now, because I have got to get better. I'm 50 years old. I cannot tolerate, being sick like this, and I do not want it to turn into a chronic thing. So we will see how it goes. Day one. So far, I don't have a headache or the need to kill anybody, which is amazing. And right now, I'm going to take a nap. I did weigh myself 235, but I was as high as 350 at one point in my life, and as low as 212 post gastric bypass surgery. So on most days, I feel okay about that, to be 10 years out of gastric bypass surgery, and to have only gained 20 pounds in the midst of all that. But we'll see. And for once, I'm not really focused about the weight as I am about having my skin clear up, my face, like stuff like this. I don't know where it comes from, but I would like it to go away. And I also have, I get pimples. I have huge pores. Like I'm focusing on that, and also on understanding how all that is related, based on my experience with having a doctor tell me that those upper respiratory infections were starting with my nose, moving into my sinuses, down to my throat, and then into my lungs. So always start with the nose. And my take home from the book that I read is, I need to start with the gut, and not just the fact that I have a fat gut, but the fact that, my gut is not a healthy environment. And certainly my diet isn't, and I just really want to feel better. So 235 weight, 629 day one, although I won't call it complete day one until I get the additional supplements. And right now, nap time.